Good morning. It's story time with Miss Pam for the Upper Chichester Library. I'm so glad you could join me today. Today's first story is, what is St. Patrick's Day? Have you heard of that? It's coming up this week, and this book will tell us a little bit about St. Patrick's Day. This is a non-fiction book, which means the things in it are not made up, they are factual. What is St. Patrick's Day? It's by Elaine Landau, and it's an Enslow Publishers book. Look at that fellow with the funny green hat. It starts off by telling us some words we might need to know for this book to enjoy it. A bagpipe is a musical instrument. It has pipes and a bag of air. A jig is a quick and lively Irish dance. Leprechauns, very little people from Irish tales. They are said to have magical powers, but they are not real. Saint, a very holy person. The Catholic Church picks a saint after he or she dies. Saint can also be written as ST. And shamrock is the shape of a clover leaf. There's a shamrock. So watch for these words as the story unfolds. What holiday is this? People wear green. They wear pins with silly sayings like, "Kiss me, I'm Irish." There are parades. It is St. Patrick's Day. You see his hat? It says Ireland on there. St. Patrick's life. St. Patrick was born more than 1,600 years ago. When he was young, he was a slave in Ireland. Later, he told the Irish people about God. St. Patrick died when he was 75. He was named Ireland's saint. He watches over the people. And saint was one of the words that was described at the beginning. Moving on. Oh, there's the Irish flag. I saw one of those flying in my neighborhood. Over the years, many Irish people came to the United States. They still loved St. Patrick. They honored his day here, too. And people who were not Irish enjoyed the day with them, and they still do. Parades and more. There have been many parades on St. Patrick's Day. Bands play music, people wave Irish flags, crowds watch and cheer. Sometimes the White House turns its fountain green. And there's some Irish dancers. Good eating. People cook Irish foods. They eat corned beef and cabbage. Many people like potatoes and soda bread too. Look for cakes and cookies with green icing. There are parties. People tell Irish stories. They play Irish music. People may play bagpipes. Those are the bagpipes. They make a great sound and dance an Irish jig. That's a fast little dance, Irish dance. Symbols of St. Patrick's Day. Green stands for Ireland's fields. Shamrocks stand for good luck. There's a shamrock. Leprechauns are little men in Irish stories. They play tricks on people. These things make people think of Ireland. So they're symbols of Ireland, aren't they? Of St. Patrick. Celebrate every year. St. Patrick's Day is on March 17th. That's the day he died. You do not have to be Irish to love this day. On this day, everyone is Irish. When I was in school, if you didn't have green on St. Patrick's Day, you might get a pinch. And in the back of this story, of this book, it'll tell you how to grow a cup of green. It says Ireland has many fields of green grass. This year on St. Patrick's Day, you can grow some green grass of your own. So it says, get some seeds, grass seed or oat seeds, a small cup, some potting soil and water, and you plant the seeds, and before very long, you'll have a cup of grass to remind you of the green fields of Ireland. And in the back of the book, it has some more information of other books and websites where you can find out more information about St. Patrick's Day. Well, I hope you enjoyed that story. It's available at Upper Chichester Library. You can see I have my Irish wall hanging up there. And I don't know if you can see, but over here I have a teddy and a little basket that are all decked out for St. Patrick's Day. I hope you enjoyed that story. We have another story today, and it's called Annie and the Wild Animals, and it's written and illustrated by Jan Brett. Now this story does have some snow in it still. We've had some very warm days, but I think it's going to be cold again this week. So this one talks about winter turning into spring. Annie and the Wild Animals by Jan Brett. It had been snowing for days. Winter was lasting too long. I just love the illustrations. Every page is filled with little pictures around the frame. And that makes this fun, this book especially fun to look at. Something was wrong with Annie's cat. Taffy had stopped playing. She ate more than usual. She slept all day long. Annie found her curled up in strange places. I think that's the potato bin. There's the cat sleeping in the potatoes. One morning, Annie couldn't find Taffy anywhere. She looked and looked, but Taffy was gone. Annie was very lonely. I need a new friend, thought Annie. There's her cat. If you look at the pictures up here, you can see the cat. She placed a corn cake at the edge of the wood. She imagined that a small furry animal would come and she would tame him for a pet. And we still have lots of snow there, don't they? I see the cat went in this hollow tree. What's going on? The next morning, the corn cake was gone. In its place stood a giant moose. Well, he's too big to tame, thought Annie. I will have to try again. That night, Annie left another corn cake at the edge of the wood. Wow, there's some wild animals. That's a wild cat, but there's Tabby inside the tree. The next morning, the moose was back, and a snarling wildcat was there too. Oh, he's too mean to tame, thought Annie. Annie placed more corn cakes at the edge of the wood. What does it mean to tame an animal? I think she just wants an animal that she can pick up and hold and cuddle and take home with her, doesn't she? What animal do we see at the top of the page there? You see that? That's a bear. Oh my goodness. Let's find out what happens. The next morning, a big growling bear was there with the moose and the wild cat. I love the little pictures around the frame. Well, he's too grumpy for a pet, thought Annie. Annie made as many corn cakes as she could and left them at the edge of the wood. Uh-oh. She's going to be drawing in all kinds of animals with those corn cakes. At dawn, Annie heard the snarls and growls of the wild animals. There was the moose and the wildcat and the bear. They had been joined by a stag, there's the deer, his family, and a large gray wolf, there's the wolf. Not one of them is soft and friendly like Taffy, thought Annie. All the next day, Annie made corn cakes and left them at the edge of the wood. All night long, she heard the sounds of the wild animals eating the corn cakes. Annie awoke to find a great nose stuck through her window. It belonged to the moose, who was still hungry. There were wild animals everywhere. They roared for their next meal, and the little house shook. Oh my goodness. She started something when she started feeding all those wild animals, didn't she? It's kind of like at our house, we feed the birds, and they like it when the bird feeder's filled up. The animals wanted more corn cakes, but when Annie looked into the barrel of cornmeal, it was empty. Oh, she couldn't make any more corn cakes. Annie was very sad. She would never find a pet now. She missed Taffy very much. There she is with her sad face. She's almost crying, it looks like. Do you cry when you get sad? Then, as unexpected as the warm spring breeze, Taffy walked proudly into the yard. "Taffy, Taffy," Annie exclaimed. "You have come home. Where have you been?" Taffy turned and looked back the way she had come. There's Taffy. I think Annie's very, very happy to find her cat again, isn't she? Well, here's a surprise. Out of the wood came 3 soft and friendly kittens. Annie would not be lonely anymore. Oh my goodness. So there's Taffy. There's a kitty. Whoops. Let me get it back in the picture frame. There's a kitty. And there's a kitty. And there's a kitty. She has a gray one, a white one, and a black one. And there's Taffy, the yellow cat. That was a really sweet story, wasn't it? Annie and the wild animals. And that one you can pick up at the library too. Right now we're still doing curbside service. So you can come in and tell us what books you want, and we'll be glad to bring them to the window for you to check out. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a wonderful day and a happy St. Patrick's Day. And I'll see you next Monday at 10:30 for Storytime with Miss Pam for the Upper Chichester Library. Bye for now.